Here we are again. Hello my friends, everybody who is following the World Cup 2026, everybody who loves football, or everybody who is ready to start loving football. Hello to everybody. So, game number 2, World Cup 2026, South Korea beat Czechia 2-1. Obviously, in the Czech Republic, everybody is saying that they didn't deserve to lose, and in the Korean Republic, everybody is saying that they deserve to win. What would I say? I would say that if you lose, you deserve to lose. Something wrong you did. In details, maybe. Both teams, they started like a mirror image of each other, 3-4-3. I don't like, myself personally, I don't like 3 central defenders because I think it's a waste, especially if you are playing against a team with 1 forward, and the Czech Republic certainly has only 1 forward, it's Patrick Schick, and I don't see why you need 3 defenders. Moreover, even you don't possess a ball, when you're being attacked, this scheme becomes 5-4-1. It can even become more, not 5 or 6. And then when you, in transition, when you go back to an attacking tactical scheme, you have to be very fast, very technical, to go from a very defensive scheme to a very offensive one. I prefer 4 defenders. I prefer 2 central defenders, but that's my subjective point of view. Many international managers play with 3 central defenders for several reasons. Because they have 3 very talented players who play in defense and they don't want to one of them to sit on the bench, or because they don't have very strong midfield that can cover all the areas when the opponent is attacking, for several reasons. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to now talk about all of them, but the 2 teams played sort of in exactly the same tactical way. From the very first minute, it was clear that the Czech players were trying to play the ball rapidly, short passes on the ground. But to play football like this, you need a lot of movement because you have to open spaces. And a man with a ball, he has to have at least 2 choices to whom to pass it. And if you play 1 or 2 touch football, that's really energy consuming. You play in Guadalajara, okay, it's not Mexico City, it's not 2,200 meters above sea level, but it's 1,700 meters above the sea level. Okay, you don't play at daytime, you play in the evening. Temperature was 23 in Guadalajara, humidity 67, but still the density of the air, I mean, you get quite quickly very tired. And here, the first shot, I want to talk about the ball, just a couple of words, because in every World Cup you have a different ball, and it's differently engineered. And on the 14th minute, we saw a shot from about 20 meters by a Korean midfielder and the Czech goalkeeper was very good to just to get the ball, or to get to the ball, I would say, because this kind of ball, which is called Adidas, well, Adidas usually does it, it's called Trionda, it's engineered more or less as that little golf ball. I suppose that many of you know what a golf ball is and how it looks. So basically it has those grooves, and then the ball flies, it's enveloped by air, and it does not change trajectories unexpectedly. It flies as it was kicked. The only thing that it gathers a lot of velocity. And in thin air, like Mexico City or Guadalajara, it travels even faster. So that is something we have to keep in mind when games are played in Mexico. And that shot from a medium distance, it's immediately showed that Koreans are going to try to shoot from far away because they know the quality of the ball. And they didn't let the Czechs play in midfield. They suffocated them. They ran a lot, and they are very well physically prepared. But that was expected. I mean, Korean or Korean teams, clubs, or Japanese, they're always very well physically prepared. Plus, they have a player who is really is top international class. It's Son. I mean, we know him from Tottenham. He played more than 12, 13 years. I already don't remember exactly. I mean, he's a high-class player. He's a world-class player. And, of course, he created a lot. He created a lot. The Czechs, gradually they got tired. They just got tired despite the hydration break. Actually, football is not anymore a 90-minute game. It's a 96-minute game because of the hydration breaks. Because if you remember, in the age of COVID, then the 5 substitutions were introduced, and everybody said it will be temporarily. Well, no, it's still there. So those hydration breaks are going to be there, even if you'll not need them. That's a tactical break. For TV, it's great. I mean, you know, you do advertisement, you make money. For players, it's also good. And as I care, my main worry is always the health of the players. So, okay, fine. If in difficult climates they can have 3 minutes of rest, that's great. And the end of the first half was all Korean. Absolutely, they had 3 clear chances to score. They didn't. So 0-0 the first half. They come out to the second half, and it seems that it's a real continuation, as if they didn't have a 15-minute break. I mean, it's a continuation of the first one. And again, one scoring moment for Korea, another one. And I tell myself, because I mean, I come from football, I know this rule. Yeah, if you don't, the opponent will punish you. It's just a rule. It will happen anyhow. And it did. And it did. The usual Czech attack. The Czechs were unable to penetrate through the center. They had to go to left or right. So more from the right they were attacking in the first half than from the left. So a long throw-in and the header. And the 3 central defenders of the Korean national team, 3 could not have, I mean, it's a throw-in, it's the hands, it's not the feet and the legs. So, less I understand the necessity of 3 defenders in the center if you let such a goal be scored. And okay, I mean, the rule works. It always works. If you don't, the opponent does. And here came the Korean character, and here came their physical strength. It's a running team, it's really a running team, and they equalized and even scored a second goal. And both goals were very technical. They came from midfield. They came from the assists were provided by very technical players. So, to what conclusion can you come after a game like that, which was really emotional? Compared to the game number 1, okay, the opening game, it's always very nervous, everybody is very tense, but still, from a point of view of pure football, it wasn't emotional. Really, it wasn't. Emotional it was because the stadium, iconic stadium, Azteca, because of the Mexicans who filled the stadium, because it's a very, very, very emotional crowd. The referee who managed to give 3 red cards and set a record, which I don't think will be beaten very soon in the history of a World Cup, the future history. In this game, the Egyptian referee, he gave 1 yellow card on the 97th minute. 1. So it looks like the game was very correct. Yes, the game was very correct, but you cannot say that the game Mexico against South Africa was not a correct game. It was a correct game. I didn't see any reason to have 3 red cards in a game like that. You just spoil it, you ruin it, and you ruin the chances of a team like South Africa. So, who deserved to win? Did Korea deserve to win? Well, it won also thanks to their goalkeeper, because the 2 chances the Czech Republic had at the very, very end to equalize, the goalkeeper saved South Korea. But nobody will say that the Czech Republic deserved to win. At most, you'll say the Czech Republic deserved to tie. So, but in football, to say deserved, not deserved, it doesn't work. In football, yeah, there is an element of luck, but luck comes to those who search for it. It doesn't come to everyone. And I can't even say that South Korea was lucky, because, well, the goalkeeper, yes, I mean, he punched the ball, he didn't catch the ball, he just pushed it, and he pushed it into the post, and from the post it went into the corner. But still, I mean, it was quite a movement from a sporting point of view. The same thing I can say about the Czech goalkeeper that did sort of, he played very well, especially in the first half. South Korea deserved to win. Well, I would say yes, because they were tired. Both teams are very tired. At the end, we saw cramps, we saw substitutions. It's difficult. It's a difficult climate. It's difficult to breathe. It's difficult to run. It's difficult to be precise. It's difficult to think. It's difficult to find spaces. It's difficult to play football. Difficult. Compared to Qatar World Cup 4 years ago, don't expect the beautiful football that we saw in Qatar, because here the players they came from exhausting seasons, exhausting. So, I mean, from 50 to 60 games they played during the season, especially the top players. So, of course, they're not fresh. In Qatar, they were fresh. It was the middle of the season. But now we look into the future, and we see that the second game, they're already decisive. Because in Guadalajara, South Korea, which doesn't have to travel, will play against Mexico. Okay, Mexico, it's not, you can't call travel. It's, from love in Mexico City, you come to love in Guadalajara. But the 2 teams don't have to move, but they're playing a decisive game. Who wins the group. If they tie, well, the goal difference now is better for Mexico, but the last game, South Korea is playing against South Africa, and South Africa and Czech Republic have to travel both to United States to play the game. And that is going to be for them as a final, because who loses is out. No, never become the third best. So it's going to be really tense. If I believe that in this group, South Korea is the strongest team. It's a very balanced group. Mexico has the advantage of playing at home. Of course, it's a big advantage. It's a very big advantage. But still, South Korea is a good team. How far it will go? Not too far. It won't go to the quarterfinals. I don't think so. But it's a good team. It's a running team. And it depends on how much reserve of energy they have. Czech Republic and South Africa are mediocre teams. And Mexico, to tell the truth, in my view, is a mediocre team. So that's what I can say about this game. And for those who watched it, our emotions may not coincide or may coincide. Those who didn't see it, I don't think I gave them an exact picture of what happened on the field. But, look, in Italian they say calcio parlato, spoken football. Spoken football is difficult. You have to see the game. It's very difficult just to tell the story of it. But emotional story, I think I told you. It was an emotional game. I was tense. I didn't cheer, not for one, not for the other, but it was a tense game.